Part 1, Part 2, http://www.reddit.com/r/tales from tech support/comments/2b9fw/jack_the_user_part_2, Part 3, http://www.reddit.com/r/tales from tech support/comments/2bhos1/jack_the_worst_and_user_part_3, Part 4, http://www.reddit.com/r/tales from tech support/comments/2blg90/jack_the_worst_and_user_part_4. I had been working as a small office's sysadmin for a little over 2 months when Jack was hired. Jack was a paid intern whose mother was friends with my boss's wife. Jack grew up in the wealthiest county in the state, where my boss lives, and has had everything he ever wanted. A sense of entitlement that hung around him like the smell of 5-day-old socks was the first thing I noticed upon being introduced to him as he went around the office. "Jack, this is Clickety, our, tech guy." My boss introduces me, in that way that old bosses who don't use computers often do. Jack extends his hand. "Oh, cool. Nice to meet ya." I shake. "Welcome aboard." Jack is very eager to get started doing whatever. Will I get a business email, as if this is the most interesting thing ever? Adorable, I think. Eventually, yes. For the moment, though, we have a shared email for interns on staff. I'll get you the credentials shortly. Most of the interns use the shared email for a while until getting their own. Just standard procedure. You run the firewall, right? Yes. So you can block and unblock sites? Yes. Jack's eager smile is contagious. Cool. Nice to meet you. He waves and the boss and Jack leave to go be introduced elsewhere. Now, dear reader, you might be wondering why I would call Jack the worst end user ever given his politeness and general smiling demeanor, who has some understanding of what a sysadmin is, and what a sysadmin does. That's above average when it comes to end users. Well, we're only getting started here with Jack. The first thing Jack did was complain the moment he was out of earshot. He apparently explained to the boss that it really would be professional to have his own email given his experience and the fact that he was really more than just an intern. See, Jack knew his shit, and that was that if he complained to mother, she would complain to boss wife, who would complain to boss. And boss, figuring an email is a small thing to ask for, had a request to set up a personalized email account for Jack on my desk within the hour. This was not to be a good start of a relationship with one's IT guy. Day 2, I got an IT ticket for the room where the interns work. It's a large open office with a bunch of computers and printers where the interns print stuff all day long. Because it's such mind-numbing work, they tend to play music off of Pandora or Spotify in there. The ticket says, "From intern email at company email, hey, we're having issues with Spotify. Not super important, but please help if you're free. Thanks." Those guys are always nice to me. Maybe it's because I leave Reddit unblocked on our firewall so they can Reddit at lunch. An hour or so later I have a few free minutes and I head down. I check out Spotify and find the issue and fix it. Jack is there and watches closely. "We can use Spotify here?" he asks. "Yep," I reply. "Pandora works, too," another intern adds. Everything checks out and I leave the happy again they can play music interns and Jack. A couple hours later, I got a note on my desk. "See, boss knew I allowed people to play music and such at the office. He believed was that Spotify is a huge security risk, leaving holes in our firewall through which everything from viruses to malware to cyber terrorists could come through. Boss was unhappy that I would allow such a threat to exist in our system, and ordered me to close it up. I called boss. When I asked who told him these incorrect things about Spotify? Oh, Jack did, of course. I explained that Spotify was not a threat, and that Jack was simply mistaken. Jack, however, was on the other end of the line in boss's office on speakerphone and interjected, "Dude, it's alright if you didn't know about the security issue. But don't try and make me look bad for your mistake." I'm stunned as boss hangs up the phone after demanding I fix it. Edit *clarity.